two black women. They call themselves, the suburban black girl. And they're having a conversation. Suburban black girl.
It's two girls. They call themselves suburban black girl.
That's the name of the podcast. It's called Suburban Black Girl.
Okay.
And so they're they're having, so apparently, just based off of the aesthetic of the video, it seems as if they are women who were, who grew up in a 2-parent household, in the suburban area, not just the typical black women that we always talk about, that we always see on the media, right? They on the other side of the spectrum. So we want to see what they're talking about, and then we'll get into it. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it, maybe 10 minutes, if that, and then we'll move on to the last topic. But let's go ahead and get into it.
It's not like we were saying that, hey, if you don't go to college and you're not going to be successful, or you're dumb, right? There's many people that have success stories and didn't go to college. I think it's just deeper than that. It was just a question we asked, but there's more that comes with that than just, hey, did you go to college? Yes or no?
I agree. Okay, so this lady said, I don't think Black women are not settling because of education. So many older Black women were mistreated and had no education or finances to fall back on. And I think younger Black women are getting educated and waiting for something perfect, quote unquote, out of fear of repeating that cycle.
Come on.
I agree with that, because
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're taught independence for a reason. It's almost like a generational trauma. It's like you're taught not to need to rely on anybody. And part of that is getting your education and focusing on your career and trying to be successful on your own, because a lot of people are trying to break, generational curses.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know that, like, from experience, the past 2 generations in my family, have relied on men to provide, their lifestyle and stuff. And that's something that my grandmother and my mother has told me from the beginning is, there's nothing wrong with needing a man for something, but don't fully depend on one. Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like the women in our life, well, I know for me, have paved the way to where the point where I'm able to be independent because of the sacrifices that they made to help me get to the woman I am today. Because it wasn't easy for my grandmother, for sure. But yeah, I think that's a huge thing. I think a lot of us have seen our family go through so much and having to deal with so much with a man just because the man was providing.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I'm going to keep saying, providing is no longer enough in 2025. What else are you doing besides providing as a man? And that's just kind of where I stand with that.
Yeah. And that.
So basically, they want you to jump through all the hoops. They want you to be perfect. That's basically what it is. So you can't, and mind you, I get it, but that's basically what they're saying. Love ain't enough. Just providing ain't enough. You need to be everything else in between that.
I think they be circle jerking each other too much in the echo chamber about, like, keep on pushing the envelope of what's the best guy. It's just like what shit we can say that we can top each other on what's the best guy, because like provision is not enough. I even heard women say a good man ain't even enough.
Yep, heard that too.
Yeah, like, more than that.
A good man, a provider, the job ain't even enough, because now I don't want you to get complacent. I want you to keep on going.
Right.
It's never ending. I get what she's saying though, right? I get what she's saying. Do I agree? I don't know. But what popped in my head when she said that, I used to think women that had 2-parent household, generational, of people that's being married, they have a different mindset. Now, I understand these just 2 women, but now I'm understanding that even the women that grew up in these houses, like 2-parent households, even saying the same thing as the women that was raised in the single-parent household.
They just say it's softer.
Don't depend on a man. Get your own, be independent, and finances is not enough anymore.
But the thing is, when I hear conversations like this, it just makes me think of fucking teenagers talking. Like, if I put myself in a situation to think like they think, like I said, it'll be me when I was like 16, 17. I had a job. Like, if I try to do anything, and believe me, like I just think they think like a 60-year-old boy. I had a job working at Sonics, and I thought, it'd probably be a good idea
before we jump in, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Listen, this channel is for people who want to have real conversations, no fluff, authentic, where we talk about money, mindset, and relationships and everything else under the sun, as long as it gets back to the money and how we can level up in life. Now, let's be real. Subscribing to this channel helps my content reach more people, which gets me closer to monetization so I can continue to keep giving you high quality content. Now, if you rock with that, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, for me to drop out of high school and me and my cousin get an apartment together. You know what I mean? Because I had a job. I'm able to take care of myself. You know, my dad was like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, like what the fuck's wrong with you, man?" And I'm like, "Yo, they just jealous because I can do. I don't need them. I can do it on my own. I got my own job. I got my own car, the car they bought me, and yo, I can go live in an apartment. Me and my cousin split rent. I make enough at Sonic's. Shit. I mean, what? I'm not going to college anyways. That was my thought. Like, I just think like they think like kids, bro. And I know they get pissed off when dudes say that shit, but they do.
Well, I think I agree with Raw. Like he said earlier, he was like, I think he was saying like women that's not on this type of time, they don't even think like this. Like my wife don't think like this at all, bro. Like, and with the way she was raised, I'm pretty sure she was raised probably like similar. But it's like I don't hear that from like women like my wife and everything. So I guess it just depends on the household, bro.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's one of the two things. One, they probably grew up in a household where it probably was a single mother household, but the mother did what she had to do to make sure she get to the point to provide the life that the suburban girl. So I'm pretty sure they grew up in a decent neighborhood, right? Or it could have been they grew up in a 2-parent household where the father wasn't necessarily that masculine man. He was the more of the friend type of man. You know, baby girl, I'm gonna tell you yes to everything. Which is, listen, I'm not saying yes to everything. Boy, girl, don't matter. I'm not saying yes to everything. I'm not going to give you everything just because you're a boy or girl. I'm not going to do that because I need you to understand there's certain things just because you are a kid, just because you're a girl, I'm not going to tell you yes. You're going to have to work for it at the end of the day. And I think what they're doing, they're painting the wrong narrative. They're not teaching these women how to be actual wives. Cool. If you want to go get an education, go do that. Cool. But if you are going to go get an education, make sure you go and get an education in something where you know you're going to at least make some money. Now, however, if you do want to be married in real life, in real time, and not just have these talking points that a lot of these women do have, pay attention to the actual people who are actually in marriages and who are actually in successful marriages and how are they making it work. Because what most people don't understand is that if you are a woman and you have discernment and you know how to get the right man and you make sure that you have self-awareness enough to know the type of man that you can actually fucking attract and not think that you deserve the top tier man just because you got that slit between your legs. Once you understand that, you can what you also will understand is this: the best version of you being the best version of a woman and the wife will also create that space for that man to be 3 times more successful than any other man. That's what they don't understand. But they hear so many talking points from other women. That's why there's a whole narrative of single women keep other women single. But when men like us are having these real conversations, we're telling them, look, this is what you need to do. This is what men like. This is what men are telling you what we need for you to stop doing. Stop behaving this way and move like this instead of moving like that. You don't want to listen. So therefore, that's why niggas just say, you know what? Fuck it. You got it. Do your thing, shorty. Don't come when you hit that wall.
It ain't even the single women keeping women single at this point. These bitches just mentally deranged.
That too.
The problem is a lot of motherfuckers was in relationships back in the day and they didn't want to admit how sweet they had it and they was trying to find issues because everybody keep looking at the next person's fucking grass. You ain't want to fertilize and water your shit. You looking at the other shit and thinking it's green and they got turf over there. So a lot of these motherfuckers keep poisoning people because you had women that had it fucking perfect. Y'all was at home. Y'all was getting taken care of. Y'all fucking start watching Days of Our Lives and MASH and all this stupid ass shit that was on TV and thought shit should be better. And now you like, oh well, we need more. Hey baby, I know it looked like shit was perfect when you was growing up under me, but it really wasn't. I was talking a lot of shit to your daddy. He put my head between the washer and dryer or whatever. So men are abusive and you need your own money and always have a plan. The fuck you need a plan B for? Shit getting 3-4 times more expensive than it was. You can't survive on your own. Sit your dumb ass down with the person that you chose, that you liked in the beginning, and keep figuring out reasons to like that person and moving together with that person and building from where you at. You're not gonna make it by yourself.
Right.
Most people that make it, they're in partnerships.
Yep.
When you fucking start a company, when you in business, you have a board of directors. That's a partnership. You need to link up with people and build and grow. We right here on Banter and Barter. This is a partnership. Could we all go start our own podcast and get shit popping? Hell yeah. But sometimes it's cool to bounce idea off this person or bounce a topic off that person or whatever. And you grow faster, you build stronger. You can still branch out and do your own thing, but shit. Most people that start one company end up starting 10. Look at Elon. Elon over there fucking got 23 companies under his belt that he running. So, just like 2K always say every week on his shit, y'all bitches think y'all bigger than the program. Y'all not. Because the single moms fucking put their distress in these fucking kids. The motherfuckers that was sitting around at home all day, they putting distress in these fucking kids. And now this next generation growing up, and they like, oh, well, I got high standards. You can't even maintain your low standard. You in Section 8 housing on food stamps and still starving. So how the fuck your standards high? Come over here, sit your ass down in this house. Tell me what the fuck the grocery list is so I can go out and get the money so you can secure all the groceries you need to fucking meal prep for the week. And then let's figure out what we doing next. Like, quit bullshit.
Yeah. A lot of these girls, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna assume.
Because
a lot of them don't even. They're not in real. They never been in like a real deal relationship. They've been in relationships that they probably didn't use discernment, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So when I be hearing some of these conversations that women be saying, you can tell they haven't been in a relationship that required everything that you just said. They haven't, or like you said, they were in one, but they was finding issues because they FOMO, fear of missing out. So they were like, if I be with him, I know I can do better. But one of those things that I noticed with a lot of women is in their mind, where they met you, they feel like that's where you at forever. All the previous men they've been with, they feel like your mind don't expand. You haven't stopped doing bullshit or whatever. You know, you in college, y'all ain't nobody serious, right? But when they get to the point where they get serious, they thinking men that they dated or known before don't do the same and evolve. That's why I said in the beginning, a lot of men get mentors. So we kind of get like a real big jump start on what we want, while they plans were the same since they was teenagers. I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna matriculate through whatever endeavor that I got, and then after that, I'm gonna buy my house, and because I don't want to be in a house with no man, and he kicked me out, and then I'm gonna find me somebody. But when they start running into these hurdles that you run into life, and everything don't happen exactly how you think, right? They don't go get the mentors or putting themselves around successful people that's doing it right. They want to do it their way. So when it gets to that point, they want it like that even with relationships. So now, just how they iron out the check the boxes, that's what they want in the men. In theory, that sounds dope. I need a man that's he does more than to provide. He has to be emotionally intelligent. He has to be 6 foot. He got to do all that type of stuff. And I ain't mad at what your preference is. Right. But sometimes when you in like a real relationship, a lot of that shit don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You don't want no short ass dude. You got them 5'6". You don't want no dude that's like 5'4". I get stuff like that. But you know, I don't know. I just think sometimes it's like single women keep single women. I mean, single women keep single women. I mean, single women keep women single, and now it's getting to a point that even the women that didn't seen it, they done seen the teamwork, they'd have been through it, are doing the same. Because I think while they was growing up, they wasn't really looking at it as growth in a partnership and everything. I'm just kicking it and I'm focusing on myself because that's what everybody telling me to do.
Yeah.
I just think loud women keep women single.
They are heard.
They just
Hold on.
it ain't
What you
single
mean?
women.
What you mean? What you mean?
So you
One's always
get
got something
women
to say.
get some spotlight, and
They just start
they
talking.
in a relationship themselves or whatever. But because they beefing with their man right now, but that camera get the cut on, you beefing with him for the last 72 hours. Now you telling all these other chicks, oh, don't get a man that's gonna have you over here just making sandwiches and doing dishes.
Oh, story time. Oh, that story time. It's story
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Like, oh, let me tell you how my man almost had me fucking fucked up and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And you putting out the most toxic shit, but you ain't gonna say how, you know, that man just came off a 90-day run against some money and fucking running some shit up. And yeah, all right, so what? You had that one woman that let me give a good example here. It was a woman, I think it was on TikTok, she just did a story time. Or it might have been like a Twitter post, one of the two, but a lot of people reacted to it, where she was like, oh, my man works 6 days out the week or whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but he don't want to spend no time with the family on his day off.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
You seen that shit, right?
Yeah.
That's another proponent of just loud bitches keeping fucking women single.
Like she was complaining like he was the problem. She was like, I just don't understand you
Ma'am,
doing
I
all that
came
work.
out here. You was the baddest bitch in the group to me at the time. I snatched you up out the circle. I put your ass the fuck up. And now I'm out here putting my life on the line to make sure you taken care of. And you worried about me hanging out on my day off? Bitch, I need to sleep and recharge so I can get this next week of fucking 90 hours out the way.
And they don't even know what the dumb shit he dealing with at work.
Right.
Like, that man might be fucking sitting in the car before he clock in every day, contemplating just ending it all.
Might be like, man, might be like,
you
man,
the only reason
that.
he holding on. Now you were here on the internet fucking throwing the money. He might just say fucking and go ahead and jump off the cliff.
Bro, and it, like I said, bro, they always try to do that stuff where they meet you where you at. Like, but at the same time, that man, he probably putting in that work and he understand what's going on, and that's the reason why he working to get to the point where he's not working 6 days out the week.
No.
Yeah, because I mean, once a man starts a family, most men, especially if they have a woman that's rocking with them, they start a family. They trying to grind to make sure folks is put up and out the way.
Yep.
Oh, I saw a chick.
A motherfucker that might have been lazy, that person that you, oh yeah, all through high school and college, the motherfucker was late. Yeah, let that motherfucking crown of the head come out that coochie hole and that shit look like a fucking portal, like a black hole that you supposed to be studying a fucking science class somewhere. Now this nigga traumatized for life because he ain't no fucking pussy hole to open that damn wide. That nigga is grinding from that day forward.
No, I saw a chick say,
this nigga got real traumas.
I saw a chick say, when you in a relationship, women don't put 100%, only go 90% because
I saw that shit.
You need that 10% for yourself.
For yourself.
So that's what you saw. That's what you talking about, raw, bro. She literally was saying, like, you could tell she was in like a situation and she was speaking from experience. And she was like, I guess she felt played or whatever. So she was telling all the women. Now it was a little quieter now because I think people were trying to see where she was going with it. But I started hearing claps because she was like, when I'm pregnant and I'm having your kid, I'm gonna need that 10% for myself and everything. So I was like, yo, that's kind of wild. So you do got, it's like, I think a lot of women these days be trying to mic drop each other. You know what I'm saying? Like the logic behind it and the theory behind it is stupid. Yeah. But they always looking for a mic drop or have a euphemism for like putting words cleverly put together. Like, for example, hey, if you ain't a rock, I can't rock with you. Woo!
Yeah, and that's
Like,
just
bro,
them
like
being
you
loud.
ain't said nothing. You
Because-
was rocking with the dude that left you pregnant, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing though. So now you trying to hold back that 10%, right? So now on your first pregnancy, I'm gonna give you that. You scared and all this other stuff, even though the doctor say you can still have sex and whatever. And no, women aren't objects; they aren't just used for sex. But hey, sex is the big proponent of why men get into fucking relationships to begin with. Because if y'all was coming up off the sex without the relationship, a lot of y'all bitches would be single.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you holding back that 10%, and he go get that damn Lewinsky from Monica down the street. She put her little 10% on the table. Now you mad? Oh, he cheated on me while I was pregnant. That nigga still had needs.
What that Tiege Hanley said.
He still had needs. Your mouth work.
That's what
Even
Tiege
if you
Hanley
want to put the
said.
box up in the fridge, your mouth work. Hell,
That's wild.
I know he got his own hands, but shit, your hands work.
You got a point. Got a point.
You was trying to act like the dude got cooties all of a sudden. He the one that got you pregnant. Or, I mean, if you really want to be toxic, maybe a reason a lot of these bitches don't want a man touching them when they pregnant is because they know it's not his baby.
That's a good one.
Or do we want to dive down that out?
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Because a lot of them folks be trapping the good man and making him the father. He not really the father. So is it that you don't want me to nut on the other nigga, baby? Is that what it is?
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Pregnancies is not the man's child.
So
Currently.
is that why you withholding now? You got a precious package for somebody else, so you don't want me fucking spoiling their package while it's in there? Because any other time you was down to do shit.
Damn.
That's messed up.
Hey,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
let's
Hey.
call a spade a spade.
No, what I'm saying, like that's I ain't never think about that.
Yeah.
Real.
That's a messed up situation.
Hey, that's real shit.
I mean,
That's real. Hey, that's
you want
real.
raw living?
My nigga. Roll your window.
Hey, for real.
We gonna keep it raw. Let's keep it raw. Why the fuck, y'all was up on me until y'all pissed on the stick. Now all of a sudden you see 2 lines on the stick. You over there thinking about Bobo and Derek, but you in my house because I'm the one that got the motherfucking job in the 401k. And now you like, oh, I'm not in the mood. You gonna hurt the baby and blah, blah, blah. Oh, you don't want me to hurt that nigga baby because you still want me to pay for it.
Yep.
Because if I put the baby in there, I know how much dick to put in there so it don't hurt the baby.